This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, celebrating 25 years of educating Southwest Florida.
I tell you, foster parents, I would say, are some of the most important people in all of society because they're the ones who take in these children who have no parents, and then they become parents for these children in every sense of the word, and helping these children move on to success in life. And we need more foster parents in Southwest Florida. And we're so thrilled that we have the Children's Network of Southwest Florida that's doing an outstanding job in helping raise the awareness and get more foster parents involved. We're delighted to have here in the studio the Director of Programs, Lori from the Children's Network of Southwest Florida, and Andrew, who's in real live foster parents. Let's bump. Real live foster parent along with his wife. What is the role that foster parents plays in a child's life, Andrew?
Well, you know, trouble is not a respect of anybody. So, you know, we walk around grocery shopping, you know, we walk among people in our community, and we never know what trouble could be happening in their family. A foster parent is there to bridge the gap when that trouble comes. When you think about what things can happen that displace a child, often it's traumatic, and you know, at that point in time, the child really needs somebody who can step in for them and be an advocate and take care of their needs.
What has it meant for you personally to be a foster parent?
Well, I don't know if you remember the last time we talked, but you know, this is calling for me and my wife, and I'm sorry she's not here because she is 50% of this show. And it's a blessing for us to to step in the gap and do what cannot be done by the parent at the time. You know, most of these kids have no clue of what is happening to them, and you know, it takes a village to really make a bad situation tolerable.
Excellent. Lori, what is the need for foster parents, families here? How many children we have in the system that need foster parents? Kind of summarize that for us.
Well, currently right now we have 606 children that are in actual foster homes. We have 292 licensed foster homes with normally around a capacity of 2 per home. So we've actually had about a 30% increase in the number of families that we're working with at the Children's Network. So it's been very taxing on our current homes. So we are definitely in need of more additional quality foster parents.
We have a phone number and a website that's on the screen. If people want to become foster parents, get involved, they call that phone number, and what happens? Somebody walks them through the process?
Yes, we have somebody answering our 1-855 line. They get some basic information, and then we will assign the families to one of our contracted agencies, who in turn will work with that family. They'll go through a 10-week comprehensive educational course, which gives them the basics of foster care. That includes multi-assessments within the home with their assigned counselor. There's some background screening that needs to be done, some basic inspections of their home, and that usually takes around 3 months total.
Andrew, you remember the whole process of becoming a foster parent.
I remember.
Is it arduous in terms of a lot of paperwork, a lot of this, or would you say encourage people that it's not as difficult as people may think?
Well, you know, my thought about that is that, you know, difficult things, hard things sometimes are the things that we necessarily need to do. And when we looked at this process at the very beginning, we always wanted to be foster parents. We always, you know, we talk about it, we talk about it. But, you know, when the rubber hits the road, you really need to get the things done.
Now, one of the things that I know also from dealing with the Children's Network of Southwest Florida over the years, Nada Ray, Michelle Farquharson, and all the other people who are associated with the Children's Network, they're really big on trying to get diversity in terms of foster parents and adopting parents. more diversity. To see you here, a black person who, I want you to encourage that importance of diversity, and I'll let you speak to that as well, Laurie.
Well, because, you know, these kids come from all walks of life.
Right.
You know, the kid that is placed could be basically any race, creed, or class. So it's very important that they're well represented in the foster parent pool, so that the change is not that drastic for them when they get placed.
Excellent. And Laurie, it would be great to have a nice amount of black foster parents, Hispanics, all different nationalities. Go ahead and elaborate on that, just in terms of diversity.
Yes, we are always recruiting in all areas of Southwest Florida for diverse foster parents, because our children that do come into care, as Andrew said, are coming from various cultures. And one of the points that we teach in our classes, which we call Pride, is how important it is keeping those children connected to their cultures and their connections. And we understand that because of that, we need to make sure that we have a wide range of foster parents with different cultural backgrounds.
What types of kids do we need foster parents for?
We have a large influx of siblings coming into care. They're already traumatized because they're being separated from their parents. So it's really important for us to try to place them together. Otherwise, we end up having to separate them from their siblings, which causes more trauma to the children. In addition, we really need homes for our teens. They kind of get a bad rap. A lot of times people think that they're coming into care because they've done something wrong, but that's not the case. Our teens are coming into care because they've been abused or neglected, and they also need homes that are going to be able to nurture them and provide them the guidance that they need, especially at this time in their life when they really need that guidance.
I'm glad you made that. I'm glad you made that point, because that is a misconception. What are some of the basic requirements to become a foster parent, just the basics?
The basics is you have to go through our 10-week course. And during that time, they're going to go over the child welfare system so that people can understand various reasons why our children come into care, the kind of issues that they have when they come into care, to try to prepare them when we place the children with them. We do have the home study. They will be assigned to a licensing counselor that will work very closely with them. They come out to their home. They do interviews with them. There is a lot of paperwork, as Andrew said, but it is well worth it, because in the end, you know, we end up having quality foster homes for our children, so we know that they're safe and they're being well cared for while their parents are doing what they need to do to be reunified with them.
Excellent. Andrew, what have been some of the benefits for you to have been a foster parent?
Well, you know, it's always a blessing to be doing something that you know you've been called to do. And, you know, the pleasure of having these kids in my home as part of my family, whether it be a long time or only short periods, has been a blessing that has continued to pay forward to my wife and the kids that actually reside with me.
Can you recall how many kids have you been a foster parent for?
Well, we have primarily been long-term care parents, because we believe that every day we have the kid in our house is a day that they're off the street. And so we have had about maybe 9 kids in our 5 or so years of foster parenting.
Excellent. Well, we have a website on the screen where you can go for more information on this. We also encourage you to go to LeePittsLive.com, click on our partners page, click on the logo for the Children's Network of Southwest Florida. It'll take you right over there to the Children's Network of Southwest Florida's page, as well as that 855 number. Both of you, you're doing outstanding. We appreciate your contribution to the community. Keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you.
As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like these fine people from the Children's Network of Southwest Florida. When we come back, we're going to go out to Hodges University, where the dedication ceremony took place, and catch an interview that Shari Armstrong, our guest host at Lee Pitts Live, was able to do with the naming of the student union at Hodges University, the Lee Pitts Student Union. Yes, that Lee Pitts. We'll see you.